What is going on, guys? It is part 2 of the American Cop-Out special of what the hell is going wrong with the United States soccer. Sad times. But if you are watching this video again, you are on part 2, you have watched part 1, welcome back. Glad you guys are sticking along for the whole entire journey. It is a long journey. Actually, it's really not that long of a journey, but for me it is. However, thank you guys for sticking around. If you guys are new here, please do watch part 1 as well. If you guys can, it doesn't matter which order it goes. I have made some references in the past to this one. It might make a little more sense. However, you guys don't need to watch them in order. It doesn't matter. But thank you for coming. Please do watch all the other parts. This is crucial for understanding what the I'm not going to cuss. I told myself I'm not going to cuss while making these videos. What in the world is going wrong with these United States players and everything that's going on in the United States? However, let's jump right into what's going on. Number 1, I am using a cheat sheet again. Do bear with me again. Number 1, America. It's a big country. There's a lot of sports. There's football, American football, that is, baseball, hockey, soccer, tennis, a million other sports. Everybody has their own little thing. And across the country, it is quite massive. The whole European Union can fit inside the United States itself. So what does that mean for us? That means, you can't tell me British people are the same as Belgian people and that the Irish are the same as the Germans. Everybody thinks differently. Culturally and, athletically. Things happen, you can't tell me a Californian is the same as a Texan and New Yorker is the same as a Floridian. Floridite? People from Florida. But, so that's the same thing, You can't tell me that people from New England aren't going to be huge New England Patriot fans. You can't tell me people from San Francisco aren't going to be huge Giant fans. Things are different across the country. Same goes with soccer. People are different. Some people don't like soccer, some people do. People from the Sacramento County, where I'm from, love soccer. Love soccer. Same from, Austin, Texas. There's a big soccer following in Austin, Texas. So, with that all being said, there's different cultures and different ideas about soccer. Soccer is not always the top priority. There's not a single city where soccer is their top sport. Same goes with players and the way they think. There's just so many sports where, football is the biggest one. American football is the biggest sport. Baseball is probably number 2. I would love to say soccer is number 3. Kind of 3 is kind of a tie between basketball, hockey, and soccer. It's right in there number 3, but you got to compete with baseball and football. That's very hard to do, especially with how big the country is and how culturally diverse it is. Which brings us on to point number 2. We want to be different as Americans. We don't want to be like the rest of the world. And I don't say me personally, I'm saying as the country as a whole, we want to be different. We don't want to be like Europe. We don't want to be like England. We don't want to be like Belgium. We don't want to be like Italy. We want to be special. And part of being special is not liking soccer. And that's a hard truth to swallow, is that a lot of American people hate soccer because it's not an American thing, or at least perceived as not an American thing. And that is a huge problem. How could we be good at something that we don't want to be good at? Which brings on the point on top of that is the MLS and the U.S.A. and all the different American soccer leagues, they don't want to be like Europe. They don't want promotion and relegation. The single biggest thing as far as developing soccer in any country goes is promotion and relegation. We don't want to do that. We want to have playoffs. We want to have that champion. We want to, Americans love playoffs. And the companies that run the soccer leagues and associations and all that, and all of the sports organizations, they love playoffs because you can drive up ticket sales and you can give a team that is a 8 seed have potentially a chance to win. That's like March Madness in basketball. If you guys don't know basketball and March Madness is, go look it up and come back because I don't want to get into it. But whenever a 16 seed beats a 1 seed, it's a miracle. It's 1,000,000 to 1 odds. You don't expect it to happen, but it can happen. And just the thought that it can happen is just enough for American fans to like it that much more. They don't like promotion relegation where if you have the most points, you win. Which I think sucks because if you are the best team in the whole entire league and you prove that during the regular season, you're the winner. Why do you get some lucky loss in the first round of playoffs and then you're no longer the best in the league? I think that's silly. Which brings me on to my third point. There's no real solid youth development. And I can attribute this to the MLS, I can attribute this to the U.S.A. with their academy teams. Which, as you can see up there, that they're the Czech Republic, that's the only major soccer team in the Sacramento area. The next closest would be San Jose, or the San Jose Earthquakes. So what do? They have one development academy for millions of people. You can't tell me that they're going to find the best 25 on their roster from one team. Just look at London, England. There's thousands and thousands of people that live there that want to play soccer professionally, and there's hundreds of teams there that can pick up players. And again, there's the top couple that are kind of exclusive to the best, but there's a lot of players that can be brought up in one city alone, where the capital of California only has one team. Even the biggest city, or the biggest county, which is LA, they have only two big teams. I mean, they do have a few smaller ones, the LA Galaxy 2, stuff like that, Orange County FC. There's other teams, but the big ones, there's only two major ones, and that's a huge issue. Where we only have a USL team, which is technically, it's the second division, but I like to say the third division. That's a huge issue, that there's not really a development of players, and there's a lot of missed opportunities. Like, even in the Midwest, there's states like Kansas and Arkansas and Colorado. And Colorado's okay. There's good there. I want to leave that one out. North and South Dakota, Montana. There's states like that don't get looked because there's not really teams there, and there's not really a big, yes, population is small, but that's a lot of people that don't even get looked, don't even get considered, compared to places like Sacramento, where I'm actually kind of lucky that there's a lot of looks, a lot of colleges, a lot of stuff like that, which again can be something that will be brought up with youth development. Players, when they grow up, they're growing up taught to want to go to college, not to go to academy. Academy will bring you to the big time, where at college you have to get drafted, blah, 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 you have schooling. A lot of kids drop out. Well, they drop out of sport because they want to finish their college degree. Americans are taught with soccer to go to college. They're taught with baseball, go to college. They're taught with football, go to college. With basketball, they're forced to go to college before they can even play in the NBA, which is a huge issue with a sport like soccer, where people go into the big time in Europe, or they get their first contract or make their first team appearance or their debut at 17, 18, 19 years old, where in America, 17, 18, 19, you're still playing for a club team. You're just starting college, where most American players aren't even getting their first shot till 21, 22, 23 years old. At that point, you're in your prime or past it. So we really don't have a good basis for building up young American talent. That's why you find your best American players playing abroad, like Pulisic and McKenzie and Weah. Oh my gosh, I can't wait to see Weah play for PSG. That's beside the point. But you see what I'm saying here is college is not the right answer, which for us, the mindset with all other sports is go to college. So I think it's the same thing for soccer, which is a huge issue. We're not going to get anywhere by sending our kids to college and then having them fall out of their prime and then go to the MLS. That's why the MLS is so bad. It's because all of your talent is already come and gone. Ugh, I can go on that all day. Next one. The final note. The MLS focuses on money over development. And I want to talk about this exclusively. And I don't say the MLS, I'm going to talk about all three leagues. There's actually four, but the top three professional leagues. So how American soccer works is there's the MLS in Division 1, Division 2, there's the NASL and the USL. There's no Division 3, and then Division 4 is all your semi-pro teams who are just stuck there. Which we used to have a Division 3. Division 3 used to be the USL until recently when they wanted to petition because the NASL is falling apart. All the teams for the NASL are either going to the USL or to the MLS, or just falling apart altogether. Which a huge problem with this is having a Division 1 and Division 2 with two teams. It just doesn't work. There's two different leagues. Which, the NASL will either fall down Division 3 or just completely collapse altogether. With that being said, this is a huge problem. We're losing soccer teams as we're trying to gain them. Because the end prize is go to the MLS, because there's only one league there, and that's all there's going to be. The U.S. Soccer Federation has screwed this up. With no promotion relegation, there's going to end up being 50 teams in the MLS. There's going to end up being two leagues. There's going to be the Western League and the Eastern League, and they're going to have a playoff at the very end, which is going to be stupid. Why not just drop them down? Drop down the bottom half of each, drop the bottom 10 of each league, drop them down Division 2, drop the USL and NASL, come on into one league, put that Division 3, and the Division 4 is still your semi-pro. So the semi-pro teams will never ever come up. The USL will never go up. Which the USL original intentions was supposed to be the second teams for all the MLS teams. So the LA Galaxy 2, Seattle Sounders 2, Real Salt Lake 2, all those teams are supposed to be in the USL, but now these teams like the Republic are trying to go to the USL as a jumping ground into the MLS. It's just so confusing and just so irritating because no team will eventually get up there because you have to bid to have a bunch of money, which is like the only teams that will get there are the teams that David Beckham own, or Cincinnati FC with the $1 million investors, or like people like Detroit that are backed by the Ford Motor Company with tons of money. Sacramento doesn't have that kind of money, so they'll never get there. So all those players that play for the Sac Republic will never get their big chance because there's no money here, which is a huge issue. With the CEO and the president of the MLS just want money. They don't care about development. They don't care about skill. Or the Sac Republic, their first year of existence, they already won their league. That should be enough right there to say, hey, you belong in the MLS. But they don't care. They want the money. That's why I'm pushing so hard for promotion and relegation in America, because that team like the Sac Republic would be up there with no money. Look at someone like Burnley. Burnley is technically a small club, but they're so smart with their money, and they're so smart with their players, and their coaching, their skill, and their bank account, that they're able to put a small team up in the Prem because they're smart with their money. Where a team like the Sac Republic are being so smart with their money because they don't have a lot, yet they don't get their chance because all the MLS cares about is money. All America cares about is money. Which, another thing that would help American players develop is having promotion and relegation. With the smaller teams that don't have money, they can't go buy your Ibrahimovic. They can't go buy your Michael Bradley. You can't go buy your Schweinsteiger. You can't go buy these big name players with no money. So the people like the Sac Republic have to start with their money and build a small team with Americans and promote up. And it just makes so much more sense to have promotion and relegation and not care about money. The money will come with your TV licenses and your jersey sales. We don't need to put money right now in the league. These bids that they're putting up are stupid. It's just a money grabbing, it's so infuriating just to see. Because Americans can't develop because the teams will want to buy these star players from across the pond in Europe in order to be successful, which that just pushes Americans back even more. It's just the whole system is broken. This is why America will never be successful. It's people like the MLS. MLS will never be a Premier League until there's promotion and relegation. We'll never get the star players from at home and abroad. We'll get the retirement. The MLS is a joke. It's a retirement league to pay a high level, well, not even high level anymore, except for Gerrard. I still love Gerrard. He's still good. They'll pull these old-ass people coming in from Europe that are retiring. That's all it is. It's paying a bunch of money, selling a bunch of jerseys with their names on it. It's just a joke. It's a joke. So with that all being said, there's a few fixes that can fix the MLS. There's a few fixes that can fix American soccer domestically. It's start building more academies, start building more teams, fix the leagues, build promotion and relegation, and then just stop caring about the money. The money will eventually come, but it's going to take time. It's something that can't be artificially bought. You have to create it and build it. Soccer has been a huge sport for hundreds of years and thousands of years actually, and it's got to come naturally. And we can't just force it this quickly. It's got to come slowly with stuff like promotion and relegation, with building up our youth academies, which are non-existent right now. So it's a small piece that just kind of to slowly just be building, and all of this domestically will help internationally, where we won't have to go look for foreign American players. We can just build from the MLS, which is going back to our last video. If we just slowly build all this together, we'll slowly get our homegrown talent. Why? Why is money the biggest issue in America? Why can't we just have skill or, actually just winning? I don't know. But on a note, I can't wait for next video. I hope if you guys haven't seen the first video, go watch it. All this will make a lot more sense. Next video will be a lot more positive, a lot more upbeat. But on that note, guys, thank you guys for watching. Please, if you guys do like this series so far, please subscribe, please like. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know if there's anything that I got wrong so far, anything that I got right, anything I've missed out. Just let me know, guys. And on that note, I will see you guys in the third and final video. Bye-bye.